Hi, Shae Russell here, editor of the Daily Reckoning Australia. And today I want to talk to you about an investment idea that maybe a lot of investors might have overlooked. Now, when I got off the plane Saturday morning, I read that a gentleman out in Ballarat, which is a Victorian town, had recently found a 2-kilo gold nugget. Now, obviously finding any sort of gold nugget is fairly remarkable, but what's more remarkable is this gentleman was prospecting on the edges of Ballarat. He won't actually disclose its location nor his name, but the nugget was only 30 centimetres deep. Now, 30 centimetres deep is roughly a foot, and by gold standards, that's actually not that deep at all. It's surface gold, essentially. So this is a very exciting thing that this gentleman could find gold so close to the surface and such a sizable gold nugget. And this is what I want to talk to you about, the opportunities that are happening out in central Victoria right now. Now, a lot of Australians probably know that Western Australia is currently sort of the gold hub when it comes to one of the states that produce the most gold. And that is true. Western Australia is definitely leading the way when it comes to gold mining. However, Victoria was at the epicenter of the gold rush back in the 1850s. And from 1851 to now, the central Victorian goldfields have actually produced 2,400 tonnes of gold, which equates to about 77 million ounces in a little over 170 years. So that's an enormous amount of gold to come out of one area. However, the state government of Victoria actually thinks there could be anywhere from 30 to 80 million ounces of gold still hiding in those central Victorian gold fields. And it's this report, or that report, that said that there was a huge amount of gold still out there that has sort of incentivized some gold miners to come out into the old gold rush areas and have a look to see if there's any more gold to find. Now, one thing that report did note, and that a lot of other gold miners have noted since then, is that the reason mining companies stopped pouring gold from the goldfields in the 1960s was simply because that it became uneconomical to mine the deposits anymore. So they suspected gold was in the ground, but the problem is going below 250 metres was going to cost too much. However, times and technology changes as well as the price of gold. Now, gold is now worth over $2,000 an ounce. So the incentive is there for gold miners to dig a little deeper. And that's what I think we're going to start seeing happening out in the central Victorian goldfields. And I've been telling anybody who'd listen, there's sort of a gold rush renaissance happening in Victoria. So eagle-eyed investors should definitely check out what's going on there. So, for example, the underground mine in Ballarat was restarted a few years ago, and the Stall Gold Corridor, there's some mining companies sniffing around there and working out how they can firm up some gold deposits. Same goes with a gold mine out in Bendigo, which just by digging beyond 800 metres managed to quadruple their gold resource in less than 12 months. So you've probably noticed that I'm coming to you from a different location. That's true. I am currently sitting in my hotel room in the Fairmont Hotel in Vancouver. Now, the reason why I'm here is all to do with an interview with Rick Rule that I had a couple of months ago. Now, I'm currently in the process of working on launching a new service. And one of the people that I interviewed for that new service was Rick Rule. At the end of our interview, once the camera stopped rolling, he started talking about the Sprott Natural Resources Symposium that he runs every year. And what started as an invitation turned into darn near insistence that this little Aussie get her butt over here and have a look at what all the fuss is about. So for me, that starts tomorrow. Now, to kickstart the resource symposium that I'm attending is actually something very unusual, and I'm very, very excited about it. It's sort of a panel discussion with a mix of geologists and investors, but what's so exciting about this is there's only about 50 people attending this, so it's quite an intimate little gathering, and the whole idea is basically to listen to expert geologists talk about what mining executives are looking for when it comes to shoring up a mineral deposit. That too is there's some great speakers coming up over the week, and as they speak, we've got people like Doug Casey, Adrian Day, obviously Rick Rule, Eric Sprott, and Jim Rickards. Over the course of the week, I'm going to do a whole bunch of videos to try and sort of summarise and encapsulate what all these investors are saying, because I believe there's going to be some great takeaways for Aussie investors from this resource symposium. That's all I've got time for you today. Make sure you tune in for the rest of the week for the rest of my videos. I'll see you later.